Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish. And when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the home business community. Today, we're talking about S-Corps. Okay. All right. So here's the deal. I got a question from someone who has an S corporation, but they're low on funds, and they want to know if they could use volunteer income assistance to prepare their S Corp taxes. So first of all, I'm going to talk about VITA, VITA, who it's for, who it's not for. Then we're going to dig a little deeper into this. So that's why if you saw my my post before this, you will. This is why I say this might be a bring the popcorn moment. All right. So volunteer income tax assistance. This is a service that is provided for people who may have difficulty preparing their returns. Now, we're talking about simple returns. We're not talking about you got to loop it, swoop it, and all that with your taxes. We're talking about, you got W-2s, interest, dividends. I got a nice list here. See, from IRS certified volunteers. You can actually get this document online if you Google volunteer assistance, volunteer income tax assistance. But let me show you what they will not prepare, okay? They will not prepare Schedule C with losses. They will do some 1099 stuff, but if you're operating at a loss, they ain't fooling with you, all right? Complicated Schedule D. So if you've got some cryptocurrency and all that, VITA is not going to be the place for you. Minor investment income, premium tax credits, all that. So the way that VITA, who they were designed to help, they were designed to help seniors, people with low income but not difficult taxes, and people with language barriers to help them prepare their returns. That is what VITA is for, okay? VITA is not for corporate returns, okay? And really, if you're a business owner, you should not be going to VITA to get your taxes, your taxes done. Absolutely not, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, the people here do not know business taxes. They might know some basic stuff, but they really don't know these taxes. These people were assembled to help people that have simple stuff that they need help getting done, and they can get it done for free. Now, digging deeper into this S Corp question, my question is, why do you have an S Corp anyway if you don't have the money to run it, okay? This is one of those things that drives me absolutely bananas, because when I'm digging a little deeper into this conversation, I'm finding out you didn't get professional help, okay? You got this information from a friend of yours who said that you get a better tax break if you form an S Corp. Well, this is what happens when you don't consult a professional, all right? I'm not trying to insult anyone. I'm not trying to do any of that stuff. I'm just a straight talking kind of girl. And if you've been on my live broadcast before, you totally get that. So this is coming from a place of let's get educated and not really to demean you. But if you don't have the money to run an S Corp, why do you have one? Okay? Because with an S Corp, number one, you, the owner, are an employee of the business. You have to pay yourself a wage. You have to pay employment taxes. You have to issue yourself a W-2. All of those things, this is basic stuff for an S corporation. So if you don't have the money to pay yourself or to run a business, why do you have an S Corp to begin with? Okay, because not only that, you have state requirements as well to file your returns, your information returns and all of that. Your state might require you to have an annual fee. I don't know. It depends on the state. But the fact is that you have to have a certain amount of income in order for you to have this S Corp. This is not the initial business structure to start out with. It's just not, because if you've got an S Corp, you need to be able to hire a bookkeeper, somebody that's going to be able to watch your books, manage your funds, and pay your income tax and reconcile your books and all of that stuff. Not, you don't just start off with an S Corp unless you're going to be like a doctor or a dentist or something, right? With your own practice. But just as a general business structure, an S Corp is not the place to start. So no, you can't go to VITA. You probably don't even need to have this S Corp because you're not generating the income required to run it correctly. Period. If you can't pay yourself a living wage, and I'm not talking about, a little income here and there. I'm talking about if you can't live off the income that you are paying yourself, then you need to not have an S Corp right now. If you can't pay to have the bookkeeper manage your books, you don't need an S Corp. But the last thing that you want to do is try and go and get some cheap person that you really don't know what their capabilities are to file these taxes, because here's what happens, okay? You go and file these, your S Corp taxes with, y'all go to Ray Ray's Chop Shop. It says they know how to do S Corps and they file your taxes and then the stuff is wrong. Then what are you going to do? You need to go to a professional to get your stuff done. Okay, this is one of those that's going to be a tough lesson, but this is what needs to happen, because if you go and look, the last place you want to be is in trouble with the IRS. And especially because even if, here's one of the things you need to know. Even if you have not made money per se, even if you operate at a loss with an S Corp, you could still owe employment taxes, especially if you haven't paid them. And not only that, if you haven't paid employment taxes, there's penalties and stuff that goes along with that. Okay, so the thing that you need to understand is that you just don't come out the gate being an S Corp. You just don't. All right, you start out as a sole proprietor, as a single member LLC. You start to build up your funds, and then after you build your business, you need to be able to hire a bookkeeper to keep up with your S Corp stuff. Okay, because now you have to, like I said, you have to pay yourself. You're going to have to set aside if you're going to get a distribution from your S Corp, there's all sorts of things that are required to maintain your S Corp properly. And you as a business owner don't have time to do all that. So that's why you need to be able to hire a bookkeeper to manage the S Corp stuff. It's not just you just jump in to be an S Corp all willy-nilly. This is what happens when you get street committee tax advice. You wind up getting the wrong structure and it's going to cost you. And right now it's going to cost you because you really need to hire a professional to do your taxes and you can't afford to do that. And so now what? You might try to, to file them on your own. Well, that's really not a good idea either, because, and the reason I say it's not a good idea is because if you didn't know enough when you started this S Corp, you definitely don't know enough to file S corporation taxes, period. Okay. So yeah, the volunteer income assistance is, it's for people who have simple taxes that need some help. They, like I said, for our seniors or people that have a language barrier in preparing their taxes, but your business taxes, no way, absolutely not. That's not the place. Okay. So I really hope this helps you out, you guys, finding out that, I'm finding out that a lot of people, especially in the home business industry, are in business structures that they have no clue of what to do. Okay, but all because somebody said that you can save taxes this way if you do the S Corp or the C Corp or, the LLC and all of that. Stop getting your tax advice from the salon, the barbershop, street corner, unless your salon owner is a bookkeeper or a CPA or an EA, which I highly doubt. Let us not. Okay, for real. All right, so listen, thank you guys so much for tuning in for today's episode of Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, 9 o'clock-ish, and you can come here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right, have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.